we're going to go back over some footage that we missed last week. I think I pulled down, let me double check, Monday, yes, last Monday the 12th. So that's what we're going to go over tonight. Should be a good one. Let's do it. What's up, James? He's got me and Jordan starting things off. And he's just running backwards away from me. So I'll hit him with the foot sweep. Now let's see, Danny over there. Probably talking smack. Looks like to Austin. This is last Monday, the 12th. There we go. Max joining. A little shin pinning, neon belly work on Jordan. When Danny gets that near side underhook, that shallow underhook, that's a tough spot to be. What did he do there? So he ditches the near side underhook, wraps up an overhook on Max's left arm, goes to a 2-on-1 grip and uses the 2-on-1 to get to the back. A little bit of movement, gets Max backwards. Carlos looking on. Max gets his guard. Austin and Devin here. Devin quick to get to the back. A little arm drag, and Austin looks to roll to attack an Ashigarami. Let's see what he does with this. What's up, John? How you doing, buddy? Austin in on an Arimi Ashi. Looks like he's going straight ankle. And he gets it. It's a nice dig. So going from getting his back taken standing. Nice controlled roll into an outside Ashigarami. But he gets that. He's trying to get that inside leg across. Notice, so he rolls to an outside Ashi, which normally when you don't have heel exposure or good control over the ankle, you're just exposing your back, or there's a real risk of you exposing your back, especially if that guy gets his heel or his foot back, like sprawled, But Austin is using his right knee to keep a knee shield essentially across Devin's chest. That's what's going to make it a little bit safer for him to work from this position without heel exposure. He's also doing a great job. He has like a scoop grip down by the ankle, so Devin can't just easily curl his leg back. And now from here, he gets him cracked down to a hip and can go on to work a finishing grip. Some good fundamentals at play there. Breaking your opponent down to a hip, using that knee shield to prevent the back take. Good stuff from Austin. There's a fly in my room, and I'm going to freak out. If I clap all of a sudden, it's not because any of you did anything good. It's because I'm trying to murder this fly. How did Jordan flip me? I think he really fought for this one. Oh, no, he just did it easily. And now he's looking to get around my guard. Just trying to chase him down, keep my knee in. Sorry, and Austin had a single leg here. Looks like maybe he runs the pipe. Nope, goes to the back. Nice trip. Nice work from Austin. Devin is not an easy person to put on the ground. Devin in a little bit of trouble here. Austin's got that arm in guillotine with the butterfly hooks. Okay. Devin gets himself safe. Now we got Carlos and Ben. Ben rocking a fresh haircut. Chopped all that long hair off. Oh, this is just an ankle pick on Jordan. Really, really simple. He just stepped up like he was going to do something, so I had to take care of it. Quick, kind of a leg drag. Step around that leg. Blading my body in past the guard. As always, let me know if I'm missing anything, especially in these early rounds. And of course, like, I get an eyelash in my eye as soon as the stream starts. So I'm just going to keep digging away at it and probably miss a bunch of stuff. Carlos trying to drive up the middle with some heavy pressure. He's got the leg up the middle. It looked like he had a chance to maybe knee cut. I mean, he gets the underhook. Like right here, this is where I would try to, elevate my hips a little bit maybe to get the knee out and then try to knee cut pass. Instead of letting that drop back through. Now Ben's just kind of not in the best half guard, but could work from a fairly well controlling position. Austin working to a triangle. And Devin working a seated escape. He's doing well. He's got his posture up. Like, Austin isn't breaking down his head or anything. Austin is really trying to keep those feet beside his chest, not over the chest. Just about came up into a mounted triangle. Good work from Devin on the defense. I don't even like to mess around in Austin's triangles, so smart of him to get out of there. Got Sophie and Devin and Mike. What's Jordan doing? Did we recover today's open mat footage? We did not, unfortunately. Probably for the best. There were a lot of illegal techniques being used. We don't need to broadcast that, but we do need to like turn the camera on and off and on or something, because I'm gonna be pissed if we lose more footage. So, why does my hair look so stupid? I wanted to see how Mike got this sweep. Mike wraps up Devin's right arm. He's got half guard. Probably going to use that. Oh, okay. No, he goes out to the side with an arm drag. Working from a pretty deep, like almost supine position. Gets an arm drag. Love him. Max trying to hit an anaconda, I assume. You guys got to stop rolling through on that. So when you guys want to hit that, gator roll, Olympic roll, whatever you want to call it, this is great in freestyle, where when you expose your opponent's back to the mat, you get 2 points. You don't get that here. So all you do is waste some energy, and your opponent rolls back up. If you want to hit the anaconda, the roll is great. Just stop here. Don't continue to roll up with it, and then when you're on your back, you're going to utilize your leg, or a common way to do it is using your legs to trap their arm, get it above their head, yada yada. You should know that by now. If you don't, come ask me in class. We'll go over it. But yeah, just rolling through on that gator roll gets you absolutely nowhere, and might even give your opponent a chance to like scramble out if your grip gets loosened up or something. So not worth doing, in my opinion. Nice ankle pick from Max. God, Jordan looks dumb. So look at this. Great control with the collar tie. He's breaking down Jordan's posture. Probably isn't even going to level change too much because he doesn't need to. Doesn't leave his hand too far behind. His head drops below his hand a little bit there, but you do see Jordan's head coming down a bit. That's the makings of a good ankle pick. Jordan's head is just about over his foot. Look at that rip. Very good. That was awesome, Max. Been looking to go deep half guard here into like an X guard sweep ish. And then gets the finish with the straight ankle. Okay. Carlos kind of tried to scurry out of here and left his leg behind. Meanwhile, Mike up to knee on belly, taking a sweet time getting to mount. He loves to make that transition as miserable as possible. Sophie get me down with a rear trip. I liked what Devin was doing there. He had kind of a lap bar across Mike's waist. Gotta be careful there, man. You had the makings of a good mount escape, at least with like your hand position. Now you just kind of gave up your back. Been fending off danger with the winning of the underhook battle. And me, not so much. Sophie now on my back. Ronnie, you and John, I believe. Max is doing his damnedest to try to get his guard back, but he can't quite scoop that knee underneath. There it is. Gets the knee insertion. What did Mikey do? Okay, finished up the rear naked strangle. Let's see if he does anything fancy here. So he's got underhook, overhook, little hand fight going. Devin has kind of top hand position on both hands right now. But that's the thing. This hand can be, it could give you a false sense of security in shutting down the strangle arm. Really, the opposite hand. So Mike's strangle arm is the right hand. The opposite hand for Devin is going to be the best. That's the primary defensive hand, right? That's the primary defensive hand. Where if you can trap that like we do with our legs or just get it out of the picture, this hand fight isn't too difficult to work against. Like you could kind of slide across into place. You still have to, deal with the tucked chin problem. But don't assume that just because you have especially a wrist grip that you're out of any real danger there. That wrist grip does next to nothing, especially on a long enough timeline. A grip on the knuckle line, a little bit better. Still not really like the safest thing to play with. Arm drag on Sophie. I want to see that again. So I set up. She's got playing around with this underhook position. Their ankle pick, maybe. So that same side wrist grip. Beginning of the arm drag. She gets the winning head position, quote unquote, winning head position. And then now, big turnaround. And I, if I haven't pointed it out enough, like just keep in mind this arm drag now, where it used to be, I would do these and try to literally drag people towards me and turn them around on that drag. Look how little I'm really doing here. I'm just getting her arm across my body. I get her moving a little bit, but I'm really coming behind her tricep, trying to get my hand over the hip to that tight waist grip, And then now I'm essentially behind my opponent, right? I didn't really have to do some huge ripping drag motion. It was just get beside the arm, chase down the back, and then now I can start to, try to circle her down or whatever. I think she goes on a counter here. Devin laying some heavy shoulder pressure. That looks awful. And just about making his way to mounts. Mike does a good job getting that left knee up the middle, though, and retaining the slightest bit of guard that he can to deny points here. Catches Devin slipping on that isolated arm and gets the shoulder crunch in the wrong direction, or again, wrong direction. One of Mike's favorite ways to do that, because everybody expects you to go this way since the base is gone, but he biases the weight over there. He's got the butterfly here, so he may as well take him in that direction. Just got to get the hips up high enough. Ronnie, you were asking Mike today why you feel like you're never being swept until it's too late when Mike is doing it. That might be one of the reasons. Ooh, Ben doing some fancy stuff over there. So let's watch this. Carlos trying to get by Ben's guard. Ben onto like a Choi bar, essentially. Which is just a fancy version of an armbar. Except he doesn't go armbar on it. He isolates the arm, inverts. He's on his way to a Choi bar. So if he tucked this foot down, kept turning, and then brought it in front of Carlos's body, brought this leg up across Carlos's face, that would be like a real, I think, traditional Choi bar finish. But instead, I think Ben settles for the Kimura. He locks up this head scissor kind of position. And it looks like Kimura. We see the hand coming up over the top. That was savage, Ben. Very nice. Mike only knows one depth, and it's deep. Nicholas back on the mats. John getting one. It's like, oh yeah, he's very strong. Immediately breaks my posture. Mike and Nick in the dogfight here. Let's see who's gonna win. Mike wants to roll on this. You can see him trying to go tight waist, and Nick sits through at the very moment Mike dives. Mike goes for the dive. Basically behind Nick here, but not in an athletic enough position to make any use of it. Scrambles up to the front headlock. Can't wait till Mike decides he wants to stand again. What the hell did he do? This is, so Ronnie, this is essentially what he watched Gary Tonin do to me in the story that he was telling you, just over and over. It was this kind of like Sumigashi sweeping that Tonin did to me, just nonstop in the span of like 4 minutes. Very embarrassing, humbling experience. John ripping on a single leg, trying to put me on my back, but exposing his. Takedown he landed. I forgot. Did I miss it? Was it earlier or was it that one? Okay, it must have been that one. So, oh, it's later. Later. Okay. I got you. Don't let me miss it. If I miss it, say something. Mike now trapped in a bad spot. He's got Nick has a side triangle set up possible. Mike keeps his arm safe though. I almost feel like Mike was willing to give up his back to try to stay safe there. I don't blame him. I've been trapped in Nick's side triangle, and it's not a fun spot to be. Because he ends up wrist locking you, basically. That was a good reaction from Nick. I mean, keeping the figure four through all that after getting swept. Going up to Kimura. Mike's snuck his hand through, and that's what Nick wants. He's waiting to feel for that. So Mike is getting safe here by keeping his hands connected, right? That's what's preventing this from getting extended. But he's trying to like use this elbow in such a way that it makes that Nick can't sneak underneath it and lock the arm up in the triangle. So he's trying to keep his hands safe while running interference on the figure four. So like Mike's tucking his ankle there. He feels like his hand's safe. That's why he unlocked his hands. Now has this grip here. He's going to pass it over his head. But notice, I talked about this when I taught on, I don't know, it was like last week or the week prior. When you have the figure four and you're doing the Kimura trap, or maybe it may have been when Luke showed this move. Like keep the Kimura when you get it, and notice how much power you can use just by pushing your opponent's hand into their chest to keep their back on the mat. Mike is trying to roll up to Nick and risking giving up the back in doing so, and he knows that. He's just hoping he could slip his elbow. If I had to bet. Nick, however, knows that if he wants to keep Mike down and keep him from coming up to a top position and reversing this, he just has to push his hands through Mike's chest here, and that's what he does to slow Mike down. That's how he's able to get the knee underneath, right? This is the very first step. Get that knee right through the space between the mat and your opponent's ribs. Turn towards him. He gets that other hook in and can start to try to secure the back. Really nice work from Nick. This is what I want, John. I think I told you. I was like, all the way up, all the way up. That's, this is, I think you've been around for my lectures on standing guard breaks. This is where everybody messes up because they get too nervous early on to like stand all the way up. They feel like my legs are totally exposed. I'm tall, so my center of gravity's high. My balance is going to work against me. Just get up. Don't think you're safe here. This is, if you're against Austin, you're getting triangled. Thank you, Ronnie. You're not wrong. But this is the wrong standing guard break. So yeah, John, this was just extra context for this exchange you and I had. I want you standing all the way up, and that hand is better suited going 2-on-1 on this knee and breaking the ankles open by pushing on the knee. Those crossed ankles won't work well when you start pushing that knee down your leg. That's what really pops the standing, pops the closed guard open. Might come up on a guillotine here. Ooh, that is a tight guillotine. All right. Nick unfazed, I guess. Mike looking to turn him over, though, and possibly go for a Darce here. Nice from Mike. I don't know if his arm's deep enough through on this, though. Yeah, so he switches back to the Gable grip. So yeah, let's look at that real quick, because this was definitely a touch and go kind of moment. What's up, Baker? So Mike trying to get Nick broken down, and then you see as he tries to break him down and then slides the hands through, but he needs this hand, his right hand, to really grab like all the way over the bicep, right? If he can get that, he knows he has the Darce. But look, he gets fingertips in like the crook of the elbow. And if you've ever tried to do a Darce and had it fail, you know that this is not enough for a Darce typically. So he feels it. He's like, I don't have this one. My hands are slipping. I'm going to go back to a safer grip. Right to there. And then now I think he tries to break him down again, but Nick maybe changes the angle, adjusts the grip, whatever. Mike goes plan B. John was giving me trouble here. So I'm really trying to get... my strangle arm is not in a great spot. My elbow is not in front of your body, which means it's not really a great strangle. So here I bail on that because you get... I think you get... Oh, yeah. Yeah, my bottom hook isn't in. So, like, I don't even have any good control over your hips here, John, which is great for you. But one thing I love to do when I'm in this position is just bail on the legs altogether. I make sure my grip on the upper body is super tight. Like, I got to really trust this grip for what I'm about to do. I completely get out from underneath you. I'll go up to a standing position if I need to, and then readjust, try to get my legs back around your body. I'm basically getting your body up into a position where you can't pin my legs or block my legs with your torso. I don't remember if I got this or not. Maybe? Okay. Definitely made me earn that one. Let's see. What else we got? We got Devin over there smashing Jordan. Ben and Ronnie. Looks like Max and Austin over there under the clock. I haven't seen what they've been up to. Oh well. Pass that. Joe, you gonna train tomorrow, bud? Takedown must be coming up from John here. Oh, yeah. Hell yeah. Very nice little snatch single. Pulling right at the knee. And then getting my leg across the body. So I tend to teach single legs. Kind of give you guys 3 places to work from. Leg on this side. Leg up the middle. Leg on this side. John goes outside. And hits a really nice trip right to the back. Another good option, John. You have my leg. You could just send it straight to the ceiling. Make me kick the ceiling tiles. That's called tree topping. Works extremely well on me because my legs won't go up that high. And as soon as you get this heel high enough, my hips will have to come up, and then I'm on my tiptoes, and then my foot's just coming right off the mat. That one last foot. So. Another great option there. Very nice takedown. The McNugget. Respect the McNugget. I don't get it. What am I missing? Didn't want to raise your legs up to break. Oh, yes. Yeah. Those McNuggets. My 2-piece. I'll be fine. Go ahead. Do it to me. Practice the treetop. You're not going to hurt me. I honestly, like, when my leg starts going up really high, I can't roll out of it. I can't, like, run out of it. So I just go down anyway. Good work here at the end. There was a little vulnerability here as I scramble. Fortunately for you, this is like my worst position to do Kimuras. I just feel like I always lose these, but not for a lack of effort. You did a great job hiding the hand and working in the right direction, trying to come around in this to this side of my body to keep the hand hidden. Once it was too deep, it was like, all right, this is a waste of my time. Now you're past my guard. You got a great takedown. You passed my guard. You shut down a submission attempt. Transition to mount. All with, 10 seconds left on the clock. Good way to end the round, man. Really solid. Got that. I got a Diamond, man. Diamond MMA. Sponsor me. Been repping their gear for years. I've gone through 3 of their cups because the last 2 that they've broken. I've had them for so long, and you guys have hit me in the McNuggets so many times that they actually break. And they replace them every time for free, lifetime guarantee. I know it's confusing, Ronnie. You're probably just feeling feelings. Jordan on a strange single leg here. Wants to bring it to the camera. Okay. Danny and I had a little thrash about this round. Let's see this. This was last Monday's footage. What's up, Emre? Oh, I didn't see that. Need John or Joe to change their name. Yeah. I mean, it's not that confusing. If you can read, it's not confusing. It's a pretty basic skill. Anyway, sorry, where was I? Oh yeah, Danny, of course, with this big reach over my head like he loves to do. Exposing the back, setting up an easy duck under. Go behind him, frog pose, throw him down. Try to chase him down and immediately throw on the strangle attempt in an effort to keep him from trying to get standing again. If I can make him worry about being strangled, he's not going to worry about standing. Mike setting up his sweep. Ronnie, take note. He's got a 2-on-1. He's on his butt. This is how he likes to sweep people. Max just gave that to him. I didn't say you had old eyes. I did say you couldn't read, though. I'm sorry. You're right. I apologize. Dang, I'm still handsome, though, right? Sophie. What does she do here? George's got her in like a front headlock. She goes for a sucker drag, it looks like. Kinda. With this guillotine, I love what she's doing here. That right arm reaching across, grabbing the tricep. If she treated this like an arm drag, where you turn the corner, she can like pull Jordan's arm across as she turns her head out. That's the sucker drag. It's a good way to get out of a front headlock position and immediately expose the back. She doesn't have to do it though. It looks like she just kind of like runs through him, gets him off balance. Nicholas over there getting an Americana. Okay. Just from side control, pretty basic. Danny catches me slipping and tosses me over. Probably starts talking smack here. Oh, Sophie doling out some punishment. Strangle arms in a great position. She's got the point of the elbow all the way to the point of his chin. Pin. Trying to keep them safe. Very nice. I think, does Mike... Yeah, okay. Oh, and she goes high with it. All right, so leaves the rear naked strangle and starts going to the rear triangle. But using it... Oh, man, she was doing well there. She knows it. This is cool. So she tries to go arm trap. and then she just gets the leg over the shoulders and keeps it there instead. So when you guys throw the leg up for the arm trap, take a page out of her book. If you go over the elbow, you have the arm trap. If you go over the shoulder, you have the rear triangle, and if you go over the head, you have an arm bar. So it's pretty neat and tidy. That little system of moves there. It doesn't always work out. Obviously, nothing always works out, but that's a good way to think about your options when you're on the back, and maybe the strangle isn't working immediately. Do I try to trap the arm? Do I try to move to a triangle? Do I try to move to an arm bar? And it all depends on where you put that top leg. I don't think your hips move like that, James. Your hips move. Give yourself some credit. I've seen your hips move. You do whatever you want with those hips. Jordan does a good job keeping his composure here. He never quite let her get the figure four set up. Danny and I back to standing. Oh yeah, he's like, I was going to suplex you here. I'm like, okay. Don't know why you didn't. You should have. Danny should have put me on my neck. Would have been cool. Could have made it the thumbnail, but all right. Mike settles in the mount there. Nick, get that down. Devin just kind of concedes position. Nick had a pretty deep underhook on him. I don't blame him. Jordan in mount now, looking for a gift wrap, I think. Danny with an attempt on a double, I think. Has my posture broken. I recover. He shoots. Kind of slides into it. Here's the glaring problem with this is the penetration step, right? Like the front knee does eventually come down, but the problem is he's not deep enough underneath me to get me moving backwards the right way. Obviously, I'm moving backwards here. I'm trying to like deny him the grip on my legs, but like the point of the penetration step, you bring the knee to the ground here, right? You break that pane of glass between my legs, and your shoulders should be contacting my hips without my feet moving backwards yet. And I hope that makes sense. The real point is to bump my hips backwards. You're closing that distance quickly enough that you bump my hips backwards before my feet can get behind my hips, and you're setting up an off balance. Here, he shoots. I can. He's shooting from distance, so it's like a little bit easier for me to try to get away. I think if he was just like a step closer, he probably could have had a really nice blast double on me. Just a little too far out. I don't know, I'm sure some wrestlers would have something else to say about it, but that was the biggest thing that stuck out to me there. And I'm looking to set up cross Ashi right at the bell. Good stuff. Active round. Carlos, Devin, Jordan, Mike, Max, and Ben. Oh yeah, me and Nick. I think this was my last round for the night. I dipped after this one. Nick quickly gets behind me. Damn, Ben getting fancy with his armbar entrances. Not going for the standard stuff. Forces Max to get to the mat and give up position. Max looks for the tripod sweep. Had been hopping, but not enough. Look at the stance difference between Carlos and Devin here. Carlos really informed from his days wrestling, taking a much lower, hunched over approach. Looking casual here. You know, he doesn't have his hands up. His back's a little rounded. Like, he's not in a full wrestling mode. But then you got Devin, who, you know, comes from a pure jiu-jitsu background. He doesn't have previous grappling experience, not that I recall. My apologies if I'm wrong on that. But standing a bit more upright, leaving the legs a little bit more exposed, which will really benefit Carlos if Carlos wants to take a shot here. Just something to note, something I think is important to pay attention to, especially if you're like sizing up, you know, a stranger in a competition or something. Like, what is their stance like? What can I expect from them, just based on how they're standing in front of me? Jordan on a knee bar. Mike not caring. Pretty typical. Knee breaking Nick's leg. I want to look at Carlos Devin real quick. I think Devin goes tries to go ankle pick. A little high on the leg, so not all the leverage he needs. But watch, as he stands, Carlos shoots. Right? Like, he goes for his shot based off the Devin trying to get back to his feet, which is always a great time to do that. What did Ben do? Ben goes strangle, I guess. Kind of looked like a Katagatame, but not in the totally finished position. And then I go into this just an outside Ashi. But I really make it a focus. Andrew, if you watch this, I can't remember if you're in the chat or not tonight, but this is something I feel like Andrew's been working on for a long, long time. Just making sure he can retain the knee position when he gets into these spots. And he's gotten so much better at it. But earlier this year, maybe late last year, this was something he and I and Peters were talking about. But as I go in on this, all Nick has to do is clear this knee. Turn away, slip the knee out, and he's good. But look at my hand position. I'm going under on the leg here. Or no, wait, I'm in front of the leg there. Good, because there's no point in going under. But this hand, I've got, you know, we call it like a handbrake right on the knee, just grabbing right in there. My left leg also playing a very important role. I have to keep this in front. However Nick turns, I have to keep my leg in front of his quad, right? So as we get there, this is Nick's chance to like slip the knee and get out. I've got both legs, or I'm trying to think about how my leg position here. My left leg has become the bottom leg, and I have it in front of his knee so that he hasn't slipped through yet. Yes, that's it. And then, you know, my hands can go on and do the rest of the work with the grip, the heel hook grip and all that. But it's all about containing that knee position. And if I'm able to do that, I'm able to get the finish. You see, we roll all the way through. Just a little Bit of an extension, and he gives me the tap. Okay, Mike, let's Jordan work through this. I like this knee bar grip that Jordan's using. Yeah, I don't know what's going on here or what Mike's telling him. I want to see those. I hope those heels are digging into Mike's butt right now, like just pulling back, hips pushing forward against the knee, and then we got the rotation there with that grip that Jordan has on the heel. That's awful for the health of your opponent's knee. Nice double from Carlos. Man, I can't get out of the same 10 minutes or 10 seconds of footage. A lot of good stuff going on. So Carlos playing a little hand fight. He gets double wrist control. Throws the wrists up on the level change. Head outside. Not a big deal if you know how to finish the double. Gets down. Gets almost into a dangerous spot there. Coming into the closed guard. And Devin looks to set up a triangle here. All right. I don't know if I've seen Devin do a triangle live. Been turning the corner on Max's leg. Gets past that guard. Max is doing the right thing. He's got the frames at the shoulder and at the hip. Trying to create space. Looks like Carlos got safe from that triangle threat. Me on Nick's back, looking for the strangle, getting it. I don't think I've strangled Nick in a long time, so I can't really boast. He makes it very difficult. But what I knew was that I was leaving after this round, so I just kind of dumped whatever gas I had left in the tank to a little stand-up exchange here. Love that takedown. Let's look at it real quick. Kind of, is it a little similar to John's? Yeah, kind of. So sweep single. John, you did more of a snatch single, if I think is what it's called, where you reach out and snatch my leg out from underneath me. Apologies to any wrestlers if I'm wrong on that. But the sweep single there, watch my legs sweep around the mat as I go. I take my shot, and I remain on the outside. Stand up as I finish my turn. I look to hit like either a knee block or a thigh pry if I would have been a little up higher. Those still kind of scare me though, so I opt to just stand up, keep that foot in my pocket, and I go for a trip the same way John did. And John, you could see I had the same options, right? I could have focused on the 2-on-1 on the leg, taking it up nice and high. Here, I just saw Nick jumping. I knew he was off balance enough, so I figured let me just take care of it while I have him unstable, and then hustle in behind that leg and try to settle in past the guard. Ben really laying on his pressure, which he's so good at doing. I assume trying to get past side control here. It looks like he wants to go knee on belly into mount. Mike just chilling for the end of the round. It looks like they're talking straight arms now. So we got Nick and Ben. Okay. Ben looks to wrestle up. And, oh man, he just about got it. Good directional changing. But he's unable to get Nick to the mat just yet. Let's fast forward a bit here. What happens? Okay, there he goes. Hitting him with the cutback single. That's such a tough thing to do. Pulling, kind of looking under the chat there up in the corner, but Bin pulls the leg out this way and pushes with his head this way. That's enough to get Nick down on the mat and gets him in past the guard. Okay, Mike and Sophie. Mike almost getting her elevated. As soon as Mike gets this, you just want to think about getting out of it. Like, he probably better than anybody I train with, for as long as I've trained with him. With that overhook, if you start sending yourself over top of his body, he's going to put you where he wants you at that point. That's, again, Ronnie, probably a big part of sweeps that maybe you experienced today. Nick with the rolling Kimura, looking for the back. This is nice. So as Bin sets up maybe to wrestle up on this, turn this into a single leg of sorts, Nick goes for the figure four on the far arm, on that left arm. And now Bin is being very careful about how he rolls into this. That was nice. As Bin rolls towards it, Nick knows he can take his back. I like what Bin does here, though. This right hand shoots in underneath the Kimura, kind of disrupting that figure four. That would allow him to get a collar tie, and I think make the roll up a little bit safer. That's new to me. Bin may have just unlock that position for me. I need to try that. Sorry, I have to write this down or I will forget. And you guys should do the same. I hope you do this when you see something cool. We're at what, 55 minutes? Sophie's got to be careful there, holding on to that guillotine. I think that might be what Mike is telling her. I don't know. Maybe I should shut up. She doesn't seem too concerned. Good scramble from her to try to take top position. Just getting caught in half guard. Big sweep. Big sweep. Bin now in a rear crucifix. Okay, he's out. So Sophie's at a good spot. I guess Mike is maybe talking her through stuff. She had him flattened out chest to chest in half guard, made it to side control. Gotta be careful. The way he's clamping down on her right arm makes her vulnerable to off balancing over her right shoulder. Even with that knee on belly she's doing. Looks like they're chatting. Those guys called it. We'll go ahead to the next round. Nick looking for a similar sweep that Mike did. Now, possibly cross Ashi if he can roll into it. He sees it. He wants it. He's going for it. Max just took it away from him. Looked like Max was maybe thinking, oh, is he? He doesn't have an arm isolated. Again, this would be great for freestyle, right? Like, if he rolled through with this, he would have gotten like back exposure points, like a gut wrench or something. But unless he's gonna isolate the head and the arm, or if he already had like a figure 4 on an arm, I don't know if I see a benefit to that, man. Yeah. Now he gave up position. All right, Sophie and Ben getting half a round. And Nick trying to roll into the back. I bet Max thought he was safe there. That was some slick work from Nick. Kept the figure 4 as Max got his head out and then used it to attack Kimura, get back to the back. Now, Nick doing what I was saying earlier, right? Varying that leg position. Let's see if he's gone. Did he go through all 3 of them? Gets the turn on the Kimura. So there he goes high over the shoulder. If he had this leg underneath, he would have the makings of a rear triangle. But he's got that high leg position over the shoulder. There he can get the leg in. And he switches over the head now to an armbar threat. Let's see how Max handles this. Ben framing the hips. Trying to keep Sophie from getting to mount. I think he caught her foot. Yeah, Nick, if you want to make this a little easier on yourself, trust your grip with the left hand. I like how you turn your body this way towards the feet. Trust your grip with your right hand. This left hand can reach over the hips or maybe to the far leg if you can get to it and pull Max in this direction. That will help smooth out this roll. And then your legs are in a fantastic position, right? They're just about, you could have kept them there in 3/4 mount. If you dig that heel in and keep it over the shoulder. I mean, good enough, right? You get the tap, but yeah, don't wait on your opponent. Oh, excuse me. God, so tired today. Don't wait on your opponent to roll through that. Try to get the tight waist grip and encourage him. Sophie looking good with the Katagatame to the back take. And then, yeah, what leg position does she choose? Okay, so she goes standard, rear naked, looking for the arm trap. 30 seconds to work. And Nick looking to roll through now. He wanted cross Ashi earlier. He gets it now. Better late than never. Sophie now onto the arm. Will Ben smack her in the face like he does me when he escapes the arm? Arm bar, rather. Let's see how they got there. So Okay, she made a switch directly from the back take into the armbar. He's got those wide elbows, straightened out forearms, like they're the connection, nice straight arms. Tough to break. She goes right onto it. Nice. All right, the last two. Zip forward. See some action. Ooh, how to... Oh, Ben, you got, dude. Nick jumping right into mount. Hasn't quite settled in. It looks like Ben's framing the hips. But yeah, he is... Oh, man, he got the knee back. All right. Oh, I'm sorry. He got the foot there. Looks like these two are feeling all the other previous rounds. Definitely rolling at a slower pace. Flowy. I think this round probably is just a friendly, hey, let's get one last round in. Just don't kill me. Been holding that pin there as Nick tried to transition. Maybe to try to get a guard back or something. I mean, he had Ben on his back, so I think he was looking to get back to a guard. But Ben had control over the shoulder line. And is maintaining it in north-south. He doesn't want to get too close to Nick's legs, if I had to guess. Ooh, Nick almost had that sweep. Hanging out in north-south, especially when you're tired, not the worst place to be. Damn, Ben settling in here on the strangle. Didn't realize this was happening, but he works to a north-south, just a north-south choke. There's no arm in on this necessarily. Yeah, not at all. Didn't even see it happening. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay. Nothing doing there at the end. Good stuff. Oops. There we go. Thank you for hanging out, whoever did. I appreciate you guys chilling with me on your Sunday night. I am super tired. I imagine some of you are too. Good training today. Unfortunately, we didn't get that footage, but not like we would have gone over it anyway, but it was fun. And I'm beat from it. So, we'll keep this short and sweet. Follow, subscribe on YouTube. Get to class. Hope you guys enjoyed your weekend. Thank you for hanging out. And go trim your nails and do your laundry and don't be stinky. I'll see you back on the mats. Take it easy, guys.